Today, I'm going to tell you the story of how I got PayPal to pay for my honeymoon. Welcome back to the channel and thanks for being here. My channel is meant to cover topics related to people, business, and electric cars. However, with the exception of one video that I made to help save time and increase productivity, I haven't really hit the business side of things. So today I'm going to change that. First, a bit of backstory. Back in 2002, I had started my own web hosting and development company, and it was growing quite consistently. Believe it or not, I started out by only accepting checks as payment, because accepting credit card payments online was not nearly as easy to do as it is today. However, after some steady growth, I knew that the only way to scale up the business was to switch to credit card payments. At the time, to process payments, you needed what is called a merchant account and a payment gateway, which you could often get from the same company. Unfortunately, the fee structure for each was fairly complex and not nearly as straightforward as today. For example, how much you paid to process a credit card transaction depended on a few different criteria, such as what card was used, what is the amount of the transaction, even such things as the average amount of your transactions for the entire month. To help decide what company I would use to process my credit card payments, I built myself a spreadsheet. This spreadsheet factored in all the variables of a company's cost structure and would allow me to simply input my transactional and monthly metrics to produce a total cost of each company. Essentially, I could run different scenarios and figure out which company would charge me the least. I was also a member of a web hosting community that was having the same troubles dissecting the formulas of these credit card companies. And so I offered my spreadsheet for free to anyone who wanted to use it. This was also my first entry into affiliate marketing, but I'm going to cover that in another video, so don't forget to subscribe. In less than a week, over 500 people had downloaded my spreadsheet, and the praise for it was incredible. Keep in mind, this was 2004, well before social media and viral posting. This is when PayPal steps in. PayPal was not as well known back then, and in fact primarily a service used for people buying and selling on eBay. They were looking to expand their payment processing services into a broader market, and they had found my spreadsheet. Because they were much smaller at the time, I actually hadn't included them in the spreadsheet, and they wanted to know what it would take for me to include them. I told them that I would include them for free so long as I got a small commission from anyone that signed up because of the spreadsheet, to which they agreed almost immediately. You'd think the story would end there, but it absolutely gets better. A spreadsheet for a bunch of web hosting gurus is basically like using Kleenex boxes for shoes. It does the job, but it's a bit uncivilized. PayPal also knew this and asked me if I had thought about converting my comparison sheet into a website. I told them that if they wanted me to do that, I'd have to charge them for the development, which they agreed to. Now, because PayPal came out often as the most cost-effective choice for many small businesses, they were actually generating a number of new accounts because of my spreadsheet. They actually wanted to convert it to a website so that they could include it for everybody that came to their site looking for options. Also important here, I had absolutely no idea how to convert my spreadsheet into the website they were looking for. I'm not a coder, but I had coders working for me. It turns out that because I'd already compiled all the data and the scripts into the Excel spreadsheet, it only took my programmer a couple of hours to convert it. So what did PayPal end up paying me? For the development, they paid me $2,800 US, but I also got a commission for every new account that signed up, which was actually quite a few. And I also got commissions from the other companies on the list when someone signed up. I got the check from PayPal 2 weeks before I paid for my honeymoon, which was just over $3,000 Canadian. And that's how I had PayPal pay for it. I learned a lot from this experience, but a couple of things that come to mind are: 1. Offer value first and the money will come. I built a spreadsheet for my own uses. However, seeing how well it solved my problem and recognizing others had the same issues, I offered it for free. Now, if people went to the companies directly, I wouldn't have made any money. But most people were so appreciative of the legwork that I'd done, they signed up with my affiliate links knowing that I would get a cut. This was their way of saying thank you. Number 2, expensive is subjective. PayPal made hundreds of thousands, if not millions, from the amount of business they generated from my website. The $2,800 to me was absolutely monstrous at the time. To them, it was a drop in a pond. I thought I was charging too much. They thought I was charging too little. In the end, we both won. Number 3, say yes and figure it out. I had no idea how to code. Had I said that, the best story that I'd be able to tell is how I almost got to work with PayPal. Instead, I told them I could do it and found the person that was able to accomplish both our goals. So what is one of your favorite business stories? I would love to hear it in the comment section below. While you're there, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. As always, thanks for watching and have yourself a great day.